What is up, everybody? It is Chimso here. Something a little bit different today. We're playing World of Warships. That's right, the game I've been sort of addicted to for the last couple of weeks. Um, in my Tryndamere video that I uploaded not long ago, I mentioned that I played this game, and a few people said, hey, would we be able to see some World of Warships gameplay from you? So I thought, okay, why the hell not? Turned out it was a bit harder than I thought. You're going to notice the video isn't insanely high quality, because unfortunately OBS, getting OBS to work with this is a bit different to getting it to work with League. They're different settings, and this is also recorded in ultra wide, so if you're watching on 16:9 you have black bars at the top and bottom of your screen. I'm sorry, but I cannot play this game in 16:9. I love it in ultra wide too much. It is beautiful. It's recorded at 3440 by 1440p, however it's rendered at 2560 by 1080. That's just to reduce the file size, I'm sorry guys, but my internet's very shit. I can't be uploading these massive ultra-wide videos. But yeah, today I'm going to explain to you why I really like this game. Now, I'm not being paid by Wargaming to make this video. I wish I was, because I would accept money to promote this game in a heartbeat. I just have so much fun playing it. So yes, it's created by Wargaming. These are the same people who made World of Tanks, World of Warplanes, and pretty sure a couple of others. But yeah, it's got a tier system. Right now I'm in the Tier 6 American cruiser, the USS Cleveland. Very fun ship. A little bit overpowered in my opinion, but very, very fun ship. You're going to see why I like it so much in this video. But yeah, I used to play a game called Battle Stations Midway back when I was younger, and that is basically this game, but that game has more features in my opinion. This game, however, actually has a multiplayer mode that people play. And it's got a lot of people playing, and it's got a lot of very fun ships. So, ship I'm in right now, the USS Cleveland. Now, this ship is a cruiser. It's light cruiser, but it's got some very good, I believe they're 6-inch guns, and it also has an amazing anti-aircraft complement. So you're going to be seeing me absolutely destroying enemy aircraft here. Now, unfortunately, I forgot to take the defensive fire ability on this ship. If you look at the bottom bar, I just launched my fighter aircraft here, by the way, which is like a scout that helps take down aircraft near you. But you'll see the little headphones icon in the bottom there, on bound to the T key. I can actually change that to an ability that increases the effectiveness of my AA guns for a short amount of time. That would be really good in this game, but I'm not even going to need it. I'm going to absolutely destroy these enemy aircraft in this game. The USS Cleveland has the best anti-aircraft guns in the game, basically. It's very, very good at taking down aircraft. But what I like about this game is that you basically really need to plan what you're doing. If you're in a cruiser or a destroyer that have fast speeds and are pretty maneuverable, you have more leeway. But if you're in a big, stupid, dumbass battleship and you make one wrong move, you're going to find yourself with a side full of torpedoes in no time. Trust me. That's why I don't play battleships, guys. But yeah, it's very tactical. And teamwork in this game you actually notice. I mean, you do notice it in League of Legends as well, but in this game you notice it. You also notice specifically when your team fucks up, such as, you know, when they shoot a volley of torpedoes into your side, which happens a bit more often than you might expect. But, there's a lot of tactics in it as well. You got to decide which sort of ammo you use against enemy ships to do the most damage. I'm firing armor piercing at this enemy tier 4 Kuma class cruiser, which is a very good ship. It's my favorite ship of the game, actually, the Kuma class, but I love the Cleveland as well. But I'm firing armor piercing shots at him because they will penetrate his armor and hit his citadel. Now, the citadel is the area underneath the middle of the ship and underneath the gun turrets where the ammunition is stored, and hits to those areas do a lot of damage, as you're about to see right here. Yeah. And you can really only do that with armor-piercing shells. On the other hand, this enemy battleship here, I want to be using high explosive shells against, because my armor-piercing shells in these 6-inch guns aren't good enough to pierce that battleship's armor. So I'm going to be firing high explosive at it. But now I've switched to an enemy cruiser. That's an enemy Cleveland class. And I'm taking fire from an enemy battleship as well. I do manage to set him on fire with an armor-piercing shell, which is pretty rare. Armor-piercing shells have a very, very small chance to set the enemy ship on fire. Most of the time it's high explosive shells that do that. But yeah, high explosive shells are good for taking on destroyers and battleships. They're good for taking on battleships because armor-piercing shells can't penetrate their armor, so you instead try and set them on fire and knock out all their gun turrets with those armor-piercing shells. They're also good against destroyers because you can Oh no, sorry, because the armor-piercing shells on most guns will simply penetrate right through the destroyers and will do very little damage, whereas the high-explosive shells will blow them up. And we have a very low health enemy battleship here, who's just gonna die to a single volley of my high-explosive shells. Gonna turn into this enemy Isokaze class destroyer. This is a Japanese destroyer, which means that it has very good torpedoes, but its guns are absolute garbage. The Japanese destroyers in this game have good torpedoes, but weak guns, and the American destroyers have weak torpedoes, but good guns. So, you have to adapt depending on what the enemy destroyer is. Somebody else manages to snipe that kill, and I'm in a bit of a bad spot. I've got 2 enemy battleships looking at me there. That's enemy New Mexico and Congo class battleships. They're tier 5 battleships, and yeah. From 30,000 HP to 6,000 HP. I need to get the fuck out of here right now. That was an armor-piercing volley. He obviously got 1 or 2 Citadel penetrations there on me and did a lot of damage. But the good thing about the Cleveland is, if you get damage like this, you can still be useful. If I were any other ship, I'll just stay in this fight and just try and take out as many things as I can before I die, because I'm not really useful anywhere else. But as the Cleveland, I can just retreat and I can provide anti-aircraft support for my other ships, so I'm going to do that right now. They're still trying to shoot at me, but I'm heading away. They've got juicier targets to focus on here. Well, despite the fact that I said this game has a lot of tactical elements, it's pretty damn easy to learn. Remember, this game is in beta. It's in open beta right now, so you can sign up and play. I'm on the Asia Pacific server, so you can add me if you like. We can play. Yeah, who knows? I might do a viewer game in the future, if you guys want. Asia Pacific server, Chimso. Go ahead and add me. We can play. But, yeah, it's very tactical, but it does not have a steep learning curve at all. I learned this game in a week. It's not that hard to learn. The biggest thing to learn is what ammunition to use against what type of ship, and there are plenty of YouTube videos out there that you can look at to see that. I highly recommend a YouTube channel called The Mighty Jingles. Makes a lot of good videos on World of Warships, so go check him out. He's where I learned a lot of the stuff about this game. Firing at this enemy Cleveland here while I'm on the retreat. He's got more important targets to look at, but I'm just going to try and do some damage to him while I fall back. And as you can see, you have to sort of lead your shots. You have to, you know, calculate where you're going to hit, where you want to hit, and you got to try and lead it based on the enemy ship. If it's an enemy battleship and they move slower, you lead closer. If it's a cruiser, they move faster, so you got to lead further away. It's tactical in that sense, but like I said, you will pick these things up pretty quickly. And this game is in beta, so there's always new features being added, there's always new ships being added. This game is pretty damn grindy, but it's fun. So if the grinding is fun, I don't mind. But yeah, things take a while to unlock as you get to, you know, tier 6, tier 7. Gonna speed things up here. There's a bit of action on the other side of the map. My whole team is focusing on this side of the map, the west side. So I'm gonna head down to the east where a lone battleship and allied cruiser are duking it out here. That Furitaka, allied tier 5 battleship, takes some big old hits, I think from some torpedo bombers or some Citadel penetrations from that enemy Cleveland that they just took out. So he's on pretty low HP, and our Congo class battleship just took a couple of hits as well from torpedoes. I'm going to head over there to help them out, provide some anti-aircraft support, try and get those torpedo bombers off their back. We have 2 aircraft carriers as well. The enemy team has 2 aircraft carriers. We have 2 aircraft carriers, and they're both spamming the aircraft everywhere. It's sort of a nightmare for battleships when there's 2 aircraft carriers on the enemy team. There's just so many torpedo bombers heading straight for you. That's why you got to have the cruisers nearby to back you up with some AA support. But I do have to play this carefully, however. I am low HP. One good Citadel penetration from an enemy cruiser or battleship is going to sink me. So I have to make sure that I'm dodging like a motherfucker. I've got to dodge like crazy. Keep an eye on our Congo class battleship. He's retreating because he took some big old torpedo hits. We're all low health on this side of the map. We can't really fight the enemy here. We just try and harass them away, basically. Now, this game has several game modes that are currently out in the beta. There's a domination type game mode, which is like you capture points on the map, ABC or ABCDE. Some maps have 5 points. And, you know, your team gains points based on how many you hold, and also destroying enemy ships gains you points and loses the enemy team points, and the first to 1,000 points wins. Pretty fun game mode. If you play Call of Duty, the domination game mode on Call of Duty is basically like that. Then you have this base capture mode here, which is the one we're playing now. As you can see on the minimap there are two colored circles. The green one is our base, and the red one is the enemy base. Whoever captures the enemy base first, or destroys all the enemy ships, will win. But unfortunately, this game is a bit annoying right now. The score is 5-4. It's pretty close, and the enemy aircraft carrier is like, oh, there's a low health enemy ship. I'm going to go send some dive bombers to attack him. But they all miss their bombs, and I slaughter that squadron. They leave with only one left. But there are some torpedo bombers heading for me now. One torpedo here, and I am dead. So I have to dodge 2 squads of torpedo bombers. That's going to be difficult. However, this guy is violating the one rule of aircraft carriers, which is don't send your aircraft near an enemy Cleveland-class cruiser. These things have the best anti-aircraft guns in the game. They will annihilate your aircraft. If you look at the top right of the screen there, as I dodge all of the ordnance from this enemy aircraft carrier's planes, he does not hit me with anything. If you look at the top right there, you'll see that purple thing that's got a plane flying down. It says times, well, it's going to say times 19 in just a second. That's how many planes I've shot down this game. That is a lot of planes that I've shot down. This enemy aircraft carrier is not having a good time trying to take me out. But as you can see, I made a very good decision to come to this side of the map. Instead of staying over there, I would have likely died to another hit or two to my citadel. I came over here and I'm destroying the enemy's aircraft. Those aircraft, instead of going for our battleships, went for me and failed. And I'm going to escape here without taking another hit. But yes, this is a base capture game mode. Whoever captures the enemy base first wins, but also whoever destroys all the enemy ships first wins. Now in the top right there, you can't really see it now, it's a bit black, but top right there's a timer there. Each game goes on for 20 minutes, and when the time runs out, the game ends in a draw. A draw is a loss for both teams, so neither team wins if the game's a draw. So you want to try to avoid games being a draw as much as possible. Now, this map has a particularly notorious canal right in the middle of it, and battleships should never go through this canal, because they would just get torpedo bombed straight away. But it's later on in the game, the enemy team is on the retreat, so our 2 battleships go through this canal to get into the enemy capture zone, and I'm going to follow them to provide some anti-aircraft support. But now my guns are in range of the enemy ships. This is a Cleveland. It has guns with pretty damn nice range, about 14.5 kilometers. So I'm able to put fire into this enemy New Mexico class battleship, which is about to die. But I'm going to fire high explosive at him, try to set him on fire. If you set a ship on fire, it takes damage over time. Same as if you hit it with a torpedo. Hitting with a torpedo causes a huge amount of damage, but also causes the ship to flood. So you need to quickly use your repair ability if you're being flooded, which is the, at the bottom of the screen there, it's that little fire extinguisher and spanner icon. That's the repair ability. It has a cooldown, but it will instantly repair any status effects on your ship. So if you've got guns taken out, if you're flooding, if you're on fire, it'll instantly repair that to stop stop the damage. And I take out that enemy battleship there. Now, another enemy New Mexico class here is pretty low. I'm trying to clear this this island here so I can take some shots at him. But unfortunately, he's going to be taken out by my allies first. I'm going to get a salvo off at him, but yeah, I'm not going to be able to take him out in time to steal the kill. However, now we're in the enemy base circle here. And if you can see at the top of the screen there, it says enemy base capture, and that meter is slowly going up. We are slowly capturing the enemy base. Now, what the enemy can do to stop this is they can move a ship into the cap zone, which will pause the timer, or they can shoot at us. Every hit that the enemy team lands on us while we're in the cap zone will slowly reset the capture. So if I get hit right now, that capture bar will go down, and the enemy team will have more time to be able to, you know, stop us. But unfortunately, there's not much of an enemy team left. They have a cruiser, a battleship, and 2 aircraft carriers left. And those 2 aircraft carriers basically have no aircraft left. They've been all shot down. They've been wrecked. So I'm just shooting at this Congo-class battleship with high explosive, trying to take him out before we capture the base. Because we are going to capture the base. This game's going to end. See some torpedoes there fired from that destroyer nearby that are going to do a massive amount of damage to him. Destroyers are very fast and agile, but they're very squishy, and they rely on stealth. They have a very short detection range, so they can get very close to you without being spotted. And they can torpedo you to death. And that's what our destroyer is trying to do here. But I'm going to keep firing high explosive. As you can see on the right there, I've set him on fire a couple of times. And I'm just going to keep pummeling with this high explosive ammunition. My armor-piercing ammunition won't be able to penetrate his armor. So I won't be able to score any citadel penetrations. And it will do very little damage. But yeah, we're going to take him out here. I'm actually going to get the kill. That's 4 kills in this game. That's very damn good. And that's going to end the game. But we're going to capture the enemy base and in the game. I'm going to take him out just in time, though, so happy I sniped that kill. But yeah, this is a really, really fun game. You guys should definitely check it out if you want a nice game to play. It is free to play, but like I said, you want to spend some money on it to not grind as much. But yeah, you can play this game without spending any money. Add me on the C server. We can play a few games if I'm in the mood. I'm always looking for people to play. So yeah, that's my score there. Very damn good game on the Cleveland. Made some very good decisions. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Do you want to see some more videos like this in the future? Obviously, this is a League of Legends YouTube channel, but I don't want to be constrained to just that. If I have a game that I want to make some videos on, I'll do it. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you want to see. Do you want to see some more World of Warships? You know, obviously, you're going to get more Singe in the future. Don't worry. This is still a League of Legends channel, like I said. But I am looking to branch out, maybe do some different games as well. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little deviation from my regular content. But yeah, let me know if you want to see some more. I'll be happy to make some more videos. Tell me if you got a ship you want to request if you play this game. I'm happy to do that. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Probably some more League content next. So I'll catch you all then. Have a great day.